Hi, K-pop lovers. Welcome back to the channel. Before you scroll away, drop a like on this video, because what you're about to see is going to absolutely destroy you. And if you're already a monster, you already know exactly what I'm talking about. Subscribe if you haven't, because we cover babymonster like nobody else. Now let's get into it. There are moments in K-pop that exist beyond fan service. Moments that aren't staged, weren't rehearsed, and couldn't have been planned even if someone tried. Moments where the camera catches something so real, so raw, that millions of strangers on the internet feel it in their chest at the exact same time. What Chiquita and Ahyeon gave us, what this duo called Chian keeps giving us, is exactly that kind of moment. And it all started with a headphone. Let's go back to late October 2025. babymonster had just dropped their second mini-album, We Go Up, on October 10th, and the era was already going off. The title track hit #1 on YouTube's most viewed videos in 24 hours globally. The music video, an actual action blockbuster where Ahyeon trained in parkour and Chiquita drilled martial arts, broke records the week it came out. The group was everywhere. And right in the middle of all that momentum, they showed up to KBS Cool FM's Park Myung-soo's radio show for a fully live performance of the title track. No backing tracks. No safety net. Just 6 members of babymonster, live mics, and the entire internet watching. The performance itself was flawless from start to finish. Fans and general listeners flooded the comment sections praising the group's vocal stability, their harmonies, the way they held everything together like they'd been doing this for a decade. Park Myung-soo himself was visibly impressed, and this is the same man who, during an earlier babymonster appearance on his show, told them on air that they reminded him of Blackpink's early days, and then specifically turned to Chiquita and told her to dream of becoming the second Lisa. So when he praised their live vocals for We Go Up, that wasn't just polite radio chatter. That was a real cosign. But none of that is why the clip went viral. Near the end of the performance, Ahyeon launched into a series of high-pitched ad-libs over the final chorus. Her vocal range has always been one of the most talked about things in the babymonster fandom, powerful, precise, with the kind of upper register that doesn't just fill a room, it takes it over. And in that moment, as Ahyeon's high notes came pouring through the in-ear monitors, Chiquita did something nobody expected. She slowly reached up, one ear, then the other, and quietly removed her headphones. The internet stopped breathing. Clips of that 2-second moment spread across X, TikTok, and everywhere else within hours. Some people laughed. Some people cried. Some people immediately compared it to the legendary clip of Taeyeon from Girls' Generation removing her own in-ear monitors as Tiffany hit a high note beside her on stage, a moment that had already gone down as one of the most iconic unscripted reactions in K-pop history. Suddenly Chian was being mentioned in the same breath as one of the greatest duos the genre has ever seen. Now, for the record, fans and music professionals were both quick to point out that removing an in-ear monitor during a powerful live performance is a completely normal technical response. When a strong high note spikes through the monitor mix, artists sometimes pull one ear out to rebalance what they're hearing and protect their pitch. It is not unusual. It is not dramatic. It happens all the time in live performance settings. But here's the thing about Chian. The reason that moment hit so differently wasn't just what Chiquita did. It was everything we already knew about these two that made us feel something when she did it. Because if you've been following babymonster for any length of time, you know that Chiquita and Ahyeon have been building something quietly and consistently since the very beginning. Their dynamic, the sun and the moon, chaotic energy meeting calm power, the girl who says, "Marry me," out of nowhere and the girl who responds, "With you," with genuine confusion, is the kind of friendship that writes itself. Fans didn't create Chian out of thin air. Chian created itself, and fans just named it. During the Hello Monsters World Tour earlier in 2025, the Chian moments came one after another. Concert fancams captured Chiquita kissing Ahyeon on stage, in Thailand, in Tokyo, in Taipei, in Kuala Lumpur, and every single time, the footage blew up all over again. There's that famous clip of Ahyeon going visibly shy the moment Chiquita leaned in, her expression cycling through about 17 emotions in less than 3 seconds. There's footage from the Seoul leg of the tour where fans witnessed Ahyeon giving Chiquita a flower and following it with a kiss, behavior so out of character for the usually composed Ahyeon that fans immediately started asking what Chiquita had done to her. The captions wrote themselves. And then there's the moment that broke a different part of people's hearts entirely. During one encore, Chiquita had to leave the stage because she wasn't feeling well. She was physically not okay, and she had to step away mid-performance. And Ahyeon, without missing a beat, without making it about herself, stepped up and covered Chiquita's lines while still sending her love off stage. She held it together so Chiquita wouldn't have to worry. That is not fan service. That is a person taking care of someone she genuinely loves, in real time, in front of thousands of people, without anyone asking her to. That is Chian. And then 2026 arrived, and they gave us yet another moment nobody asked for but everyone needed. On April 11, 2026, Ahyeon and Chiquita were both spotted in the VIP section at Day 2 of BTS's Arirang World Tour concert at Goyang Stadium. Not as artists. Not as guests doing press. Just as two friends, sitting together, enjoying the music, vibing to Butter and Dynamite like any other pair of people who simply wanted to be there. The photos and fancams went viral immediately. Because of course they did. Because it's Chian, and even when they're just sitting in a crowd, the whole internet feels it. What makes this duo so special is precisely that contrast. Chiquita, born February 17, 2009, the youngest of the group, Thailand's gift to YG Entertainment, is the kind of person who runs to Ahyeon the moment she's called, who makes grand declarations with a completely straight face, who brings a specific kind of chaotic warmth that loosens everyone around her. And then there's Ahyeon, the vocal powerhouse, the girl who on that radio show told the world she simply wished to keep working healthily with her members for a long time, the one who quietly absorbs everything and gives it back doubled. Put them in the same room and something happens that cameras can't fully explain but always try to capture anyway. That's the thing about Chian. It's not one moment. It's 100 moments that have been stacking up since before most of the internet even knew their names. And with the CHOM World Tour now on the horizon, a world tour spanning continents and dome venues, there are thousands more moments still to come. The headphone incident at the radio show was the moment the internet caught up. But montiez have known this all along. Chian is real. And if you're just now falling for them, welcome, you have a lot of catching up to do. If this video made you feel things, hit the like button right now and share it with every montiez in your life. Subscribe to the channel because we are not slowing down on babymonster content. Drop a comment below, which Chian moment lives in your head rent-free? We'll see you in the next one. Ahyeon.